There is a place in India that many people have heard about. But very few truly understand. A place hidden deep within the mighty Himalayas, where towering mountains guard ancient secrets and icy rivers carve their paths through valleys untouched by time. But what makes this place so special? Why do travelers who visit it often describe it as something almost unreal? And how can a single valley hold so much beauty, mystery, and history at the same time? Welcome to Sonmarg, a breathtaking valley located in the northern region of Jammu and Kashmir, India. Its name literally means Meadow of Gold. But is it only the golden fields that gave this valley its name? Or is there a deeper story hidden within these mountains? During summer, Sonmarg transforms into a paradise of green meadows, wildflowers, and sparkling glaciers. But when winter arrives, the same valley becomes a frozen world of snowstorms and silence. How do people survive in such extreme conditions? What secrets lie beneath the glaciers that surround this valley? For centuries, Sonmarg has also served as a gateway to ancient Himalayan routes that once connected traders, travelers, and entire civilizations. Who walked these paths before us? What stories did they leave behind in the shadows of these mountains? Sonmarg may look like a peaceful valley, but the real question is, how much do we truly know about it? Beyond its first impression, Sonmarg is a valley that reveals its character slowly, layer by layer. Tucked within the rugged mountains of Jammu and Kashmir, it sits at an altitude of over 2,700 meters. Where the rhythm of life is shaped by towering peaks, rushing glacial rivers, and an ever-changing Himalayan sky. The valley is carved by the powerful Sindh River, whose icy waters flow down from distant glaciers, bringing life to the surrounding landscape. For centuries, Sonmarg has stood at the crossroads of history. It lies along the historic route that once connected the Kashmir Valley with the high mountain passes leading toward Ladakh and Central Asia. Caravans carrying silk, spices, and precious goods are believed to have passed through these valleys, navigating narrow trails and unpredictable weather. Even today, the road beyond Sonmarg leads toward the legendary Zoji La Pass, one of the most dramatic and challenging mountain passes in the Himalayas. But Sonmarg is not just defined by history. The region is also a gateway to some of the most remarkable natural wonders in the Himalayas. Trekking routes lead explorers toward the famous Thajiwas Glacier, a massive river of ice that remains frozen for most of the year. In summer, the glacier feeds crystal-clear streams that flow across the valley floor, creating landscapes that feel almost untouched by modern civilization. Wildlife also thrives in this high-altitude environment. Marmots emerge from their burrows in grassy meadows, Himalayan birds circle the sky above, and distant ridges hide forests that shelter countless species adapted to the harsh mountain climate. In many ways, Sonmarg represents the meeting point between adventure, history, and raw natural beauty. The story of Sonmarg is deeply connected with the movement of people, trade, and exploration across the Himalayas. Long before modern highways and tourist vehicles reached this valley, it served as an important link between different regions of the mountains. For centuries, traders, travelers, and pilgrims passed through this route while journeying between Kashmir Valley and Ladakh. Caravans loaded with silk, spices, wool, and precious stones moved slowly through these narrow mountain paths, carefully navigating unpredictable weather and steep terrain. One of the most crucial routes connected to Sonmarg is the road that climbs toward Zoji La Pass. This high mountain pass has historically served as the gateway between the green valleys of Kashmir and the cold deserts of Ladakh. The pass rises to more than 3,500 meters above sea level and is considered one of the most dramatic and challenging roads in the entire Himalayan region. Even today, the road is known for its sharp turns, narrow edges, and sudden weather changes. The modern highway that passes through Sonmarg is part of the historic National Highway 1, which connects Srinagar with Leh. This road is not only vital for tourism, but also extremely important for transportation and supply routes in the region. During winter, heavy snowfall often blocks the pass, cutting off the road for months and reminding travelers just how powerful the Himalayan environment can be. Geographically, Sonmarg lies within the greater Himalayan mountain system, surrounded by towering peaks that rise dramatically above the valley floor. Glaciers dominate the higher elevations, slowly carving the landscape over thousands of years. One of the most prominent ice formations nearby is the famous Thajivas Glacier, which feeds numerous streams flowing through the valley. The terrain here is a mixture of alpine meadows, rocky slopes, dense forests, and glacial rivers. During summer, melting snow transforms the region into a lush green valley filled with wildflowers and grazing pastures. In contrast, winter completely reshapes the landscape, covering everything under deep layers of snow and turning the valley into a frozen wilderness. Sonmarg's location also places it close to several strategic mountain routes that extend deeper into the Himalayas. Trekking trails from this valley lead explorers toward remote, high-altitude lakes, hidden valleys, and glaciers that few people ever reach. These routes have been used for generations by shepherds, traders, and mountaineers who rely on their knowledge of the mountains to survive. In many ways, the geography of Sonmarg defines its entire identity. The valley stands at the intersection of history, trade, and natural forces, where rugged terrain and towering mountains have shaped both human movement and the rhythm of life for centuries. When winter arrives in Sonmarg, the valley transforms into a completely different world. The lush green meadows disappear beneath thick blankets of snow. Rivers partially freeze, and temperatures often drop far below the freezing point. For tourists, the snow-covered landscape may look magical and peaceful. But for the small number of residents who remain in the valley, winter becomes a true test of survival. Life slows down dramatically as the cold intensifies. Many hotels and tourist facilities close, and a large portion of the population temporarily moves to lower areas such as Srinagar to escape the harsh conditions. Those who stay behind must prepare carefully months before winter begins. Food supplies, firewood, and essential household items are stored in advance because once heavy snowfall begins, travel becomes extremely difficult. Heating becomes one of the most important aspects of daily life. Traditional heating systems and wood-burning stoves are used inside homes to keep families warm. Even with these measures, the cold can still seep through walls and floors, making nights especially challenging. Water can also become a problem during the coldest periods. Pipes freeze, streams slow down, and residents must sometimes melt snow to meet their daily needs. Simple tasks like walking outside, collecting firewood, or tending to animals require extra effort in the freezing weather. Despite these difficulties, the people who live in Sonmarg have developed a deep understanding of their environment. Generations of experience have taught them how to adapt to the mountain climate, respect the power of nature, and survive in one of the most extreme winter environments in the Himalayas. One of the biggest challenges during winter in Sonmarg is the blockage of the road that connects the valley to the rest of the region. The route through Zoji La Pass is particularly vulnerable to heavy snowfall and avalanches. During severe winter storms, snow can accumulate rapidly, making the road completely impassable. When this happens, transportation between Sonmarg and nearby cities such as Srinagar becomes extremely limited or stops altogether. Supplies that normally arrive by road, including food, fuel, and medical equipment, are delayed until the snow can be cleared. Snow clearing operations often require heavy machinery and can take days or even weeks depending on weather conditions. During this time, residents must rely entirely on the supplies they stored before winter. Emergency situations become especially difficult under these conditions. Medical assistance, transportation, and communication can all be affected by severe weather and blocked roads. These winter road closures highlight the powerful influence of the Himalayan environment. In places like Sonmarg, nature still controls the rhythm of life, reminding everyone that living in the mountains requires patience, preparation, and resilience. The culture of Sonmarg reflects the traditions of the broader Kashmir Valley, shaped by centuries of mountain life, trade routes, and close-knit communities. Life in this high-altitude region has always required cooperation and resilience, and these qualities are deeply reflected in the daily customs of the people who live here. Local communities follow traditions that emphasize hospitality and respect for guests. Visitors traveling through the valley are often welcomed warmly, offered traditional Kashmiri tea, and invited to share stories around the warmth of a fire. Music, storytelling, and folk traditions have long played an important role in preserving cultural identity, especially during the long winter months when families gather indoors. Seasonal festivals also form an important part of the cultural life of the region. Celebrations often include traditional food, music, and communal gatherings that strengthen social bonds within the community. Shepherding and pastoral life are closely tied to the cultural rhythm of the valley as well, with many families historically depending on livestock and seasonal migration across mountain pastures. Even today, despite the growing influence of tourism, Sonmarg continues to preserve many of its traditional cultural practices, allowing visitors to experience a glimpse of authentic Himalayan life. Religion plays a significant role in shaping the spiritual life of the communities around Sonmarg. The majority of the population in the surrounding region of Jammu and Kashmir follows Islam, and Islamic traditions influence many aspects of daily life, social values, and community gatherings. Mosques in nearby settlements serve not only as places of worship, but also as important centers for community interaction. Religious teachings emphasize compassion, charity, and unity, values that help strengthen the close-knit relationships among residents living in the challenging mountain environment. At the same time, the broader Kashmir region has historically been home to diverse spiritual traditions. Shrines, sacred sites, and historical places of worship throughout the valley reflect centuries of cultural and religious interaction. This shared heritage has shaped a spiritual atmosphere that blends devotion with respect for nature and the mountains. For many people living near Sonmarg, the natural landscape itself carries spiritual meaning. The towering peaks, flowing rivers, and vast skies often inspire a deep sense of connection with the Creator. In such a powerful environment, faith becomes not only a religious practice, but also a source of strength for those facing the challenges of life in the Himalayas. Traditional clothing in the Sonmarg region is designed to protect people from the cold mountain climate of the Kashmir Valley. One of the most recognizable garments is the Peran, a long, loose woolen cloak worn by both men and women during the winter months. Underneath the peran, people often keep a small portable heater known as a khandri, which helps keep the body warm in freezing temperatures. Woolen caps, shawls, and thick scarves are also commonly worn. These traditional clothes are not only practical, but also reflect the rich cultural identity and heritage of the Kashmiri people. In the high mountains of Sonmarg, life unfolds at a rhythm very different from the fast-moving world beyond the Himalayas. Here, the towering landscapes shape not only the environment, but also the mindset of the people who live among them. Every season brings new challenges, new opportunities, and new stories written across the valley's rivers, slopes, and distant peaks. Sonmarg represents more than just a scenic destination. It is a reminder of how closely human life can remain connected to nature. In this valley, the mountains determine when people travel, when they work, and how they prepare for the months ahead. Generations have learned to respect these natural forces, adapting their lives to a land that can be both beautiful and unforgiving. Yet beyond its natural power, Sonmarg continues to inspire explorers, travelers, and storytellers from around the world. The valley stands as a gateway to deeper Himalayan adventures, a place where curiosity leads people toward glaciers, hidden valleys, and ancient mountain routes. In the end, Sonmarg is not defined by a single story. It is a place where history, geography, and human resilience come together, creating a landscape that continues to captivate anyone who ventures into its remarkable mountain world. As the sun slowly dips behind the jagged peaks surrounding Sonmarg, the valley begins to change once again. The golden light fades from the mountains, shadows stretch across the valley floor, and the quiet sound of the Sindh River echoes through the cold evening air. In moments like these, the valley feels almost timeless. The mountains remain silent witnesses to centuries of travelers who passed through these paths long before modern roads and maps existed. Their footsteps have faded, but the spirit of exploration still lingers in the landscape. When darkness finally settles across the valley, the sky above Sonmarg transforms into a vast canvas of stars. With little artificial light to interrupt the view, the Himalayan night reveals a universe that feels both distant and incredibly close. Standing here, surrounded by towering peaks and endless sky, it becomes easy to understand why places like this leave such a deep impression on those who visit. Perhaps that is the true magic of Sonmarg. It is not only what the valley shows you, but what it makes you feel. A sense of wonder, humility, and curiosity about the world that lies beyond the next mountain ridge. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden world of Sonmarg, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow explorers. More incredible places, untold stories, and breathtaking journeys are waiting in the next adventure. Stay curious and keep exploring the world beyond the map.